All right, let's talk about something that's probably on the mind of every single parent out there right now, AI. And specifically, what on earth it means for our kids' futures. There's a ton of anxiety floating around, so today we're going to slice right through all that noise and lay out a real, actionable game plan.
And this is the question, isn't it? It's the one that keeps us up at night. Is AI going to take my kid's job? You've heard it. Maybe you've even had that little flicker of fear yourself. And that's totally normal. It is the absolute heart of this whole conversation.
But what if we're all asking the wrong question? See, the real story here isn't just about some jobs disappearing and new ones showing up. It's much bigger than that. The entire game is changing. The rules, what work even looks like, what skills are actually valuable, AI is fundamentally shaking up the career ladder we all thought we understood.
So let's just start by validating that feeling, that anxiety. I call it the gulp moment. It's that sudden sinking realization that all the tried and true advice we grew up with, well, it might not work anymore.
And here's why. This isn't about robots on a factory floor. Not anymore. AI is tackling the smart jobs now, the very ones we've been pushing our kids towards for years. You know that classic advice, use your brain so you don't have to break your back? Well, AI is applying for those brainy desk jobs too. I mean, just look at this. On the left, that's the path we were all sold, right? A nice, neat, straight line, you get good grades, you go to a good college, you land a stable job for life. But on the right, that's the new reality. It's a whole different mat. We can't just train our kids for one fixed destination anymore, because that destination might look completely different or not even exist by the time they get there. Okay, but this is the moment where we all get to take a big, deep breath of relief. Seriously, because now we get to pivot from all that anxiety to empowerment. This is where the really good news starts.
Which, of course, brings us to the most important question of all. If that old map is useless, what do we give them instead? What is the secret sauce for not just surviving, but actually thriving in this crazy new world?
Here it is. This is the single most important mental shift we have to make. The goal isn't to train our kids to be faster or smarter than a machine. Come on, that's a losing battle. The goal is to train them to direct the machine, to be the human conductor leading an entire orchestra of AI.
I just love this way of thinking about it. It perfectly captures the new role. Our kids aren't just passengers being taken for a ride. No way. They are the mission commanders. They're the ones telling a whole fleet of incredibly powerful AI tools where to go, what to look for, and why it all matters. How cool is that? So, what exactly does a young mission commander need to learn? Well, let's head over to the training menu. Think of this next part as a future-proof skill buffet, the kinds of things we should be serving our kids every single day. We're going to focus on 5 core human skills. And these are the big ones. These are the abilities that AI, for all its power, just can't replicate. And because of that, they're about to become more valuable than pretty much anything else. So let's dig into each one. First up, and this is the absolute #1 superpower, judgment. Look, an AI can spit out 100 different answers in a split second, but only a human with good judgment can look at all of them and ask the right questions. Is this fair? Is this ethical? Is this actually, a terrible idea? It's the ultimate BS detector, and it's what separates a good suggestion from a total disaster. And the best part? You can start building this at home, like tonight. Debate stuff at the dinner table. When they give you an answer, just keep asking why. Let them dig deeper. Let them make small, real-world decisions and see what happens. The goal here isn't always about getting the right answer. It's about building that reasoning muscle. Next up, AI literacy. Now, hold on. This does not mean every kid needs to become a coder. Not at all. Think of it like the new knowing how to Google. It's just about understanding the tool, what it's really good at, where it completely messes up, and how to talk to it to get what you actually need. So how do we build this? Easy. Let them play. There are so many fun, kid-friendly AI tools out there now. Ask a chatbot to come up with a ridiculous story idea, and then have your kid tell you everything that's wrong with it. Make them the family's official fact-checking detective for anything an AI spits out. Okay, skill number 3 is what I like to call the don't be a grumpy robot skill. Think about it. If AI is handling the first draft of every email and report, what's left? Working with other people. The truly golden skill becomes explaining things, persuading people, and just being a good human to work with. And this is exactly why things like team sports, drama club, or any group project are more important than ever.
They're not just extracurriculars. They are real-world training for collaboration. Heck, even having your kid explain the summer vacation plans to their grandparents is fantastic communication practice.
Let's move on to number 4, adaptability. This one is huge. The specific piece of software they master in high school could be totally obsolete by the time they're 25. But the ability to learn new things and learn them quickly, that skill is forever. It is the master key that will unlock every future door.
And we can totally nurture this. Let's start praising their curiosity way more than their perfect report card. If your kid jumps from being obsessed with dinosaurs to baking to coding all in 1 month, that's amazing. It means their learning muscle is getting a killer workout. Our job is to create a safe space where it's okay to try something, totally flop, and just get up and try again.
And finally, our 5th skill, the entrepreneurial mindset. And again, this isn't just about starting a big company. It's about a way of seeing yourself as you incorporated, a little bundle of skills that's always on the lookout for problems in the world and, more importantly, is excited to create solutions for them.
So yeah, support that lemonade stand, or that little Etsy shop, or that neighborhood dog walking business. Brainstorm with them about how to solve a problem you see in your own community. Remember, the point isn't really about the money they make, it's about nurturing that incredible sense of initiative.
Okay, I know that was a lot to take in, so let's boil it all down into a super simple, practical cheat sheet you can literally start using tonight.
Here are just 4 simple shifts you can make today. First, instead of asking, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" try asking, "What problems in the world do you want to solve?" Second, when they ask a really good question, celebrate it. Your new go-to phrase is, "Wow, what an awesome question. How could we figure that out together?" Third, prioritize real-world stuff over one more worksheet. And finally, don't ban technology, buddy up with it. Explore it with them. Be their coach, not their warden.
So, at the end of the day, remember this. We are not preparing our kids for a world without jobs. We're preparing them for a world where the most valuable currency, the most sought-after skill, is being deeply, uniquely, and irreplaceably human. So the only question left is, how are you going to help your child level up their human superpowers?